For sure. For sure.
Isn't the right one? Not too sure if I got anything left. Look for it at the right time, but it doesn't seem to come. Or do I get distracted by the turbulence of the frequencies? Guess I really do bet if I increase my thought into the projection, into the direction of what I need instead of just surviving. There just might be another door I didn't see before, or maybe a magic spell with a little potion that will get me into the right motion. Or maybe I can reprogram an artificial intelligence on how to reveal me a glimpse of the glitch of the simulation. Wouldn't that be a real trip? Oh, let's take it together and find out how we can manipulate the script for just long enough for it to cause a chain reaction, no type of effect on the code, to cause a reboot, to awaken them from the safe mode. Obtain the skill to lucidly dream, to start to see the slits in the seams. Is it real or just another simulation? To test how many will break about the reality, to find the exit. It didn't work this time, quick, let's run that back. Switch up a couple of zeros to change the environment. Give them a new god, we can't have them remember the eternal magic. Update it out the system and tell them that it's evil and wrong to try to get others to try to listen from the beginning of time. It's all been a way to try to control the mind, and if you don't see it, then you must be blind. The type to follow the shepherd off the cliff every time. How about you look into the facts instead of going along with the lie? Wouldn't that be real swellifying? An outside box type of way to combat the crimes committed on the daily, to every race, not just the ones they want you to focus on, to get you mad, but also the ones that never had the mainstream media's attention to invoke a riot. Yeah, we need to take a step back and see who the real enemy is and what they want you to believe. Oh, let's take it together and find out how we can manipulate the script for just long enough for it to cause no chain reaction, no type of effect on
Hello and welcome to Hip Hop Scene. I'm your girl Sophia Ruby, but y'all already knew that because I am the motherfucking queen. If you didn't know that, you must not have been registered to vote, and I'm gonna need you to get out and do that because these are very trying times, okay? What you just seen right now was our first guest of the night right here. I don't know if I'm gonna point to the right or the left because I never know. But our first guest of the night, Mr. Chaotic.
What up?
What up? Mr. Chaotic 1. Is it Chaotic or Chaotic 1? Chaotic.
Chaotic 1.
Chaotic 1. Okay.
Chaotic 1.
I want to get it right. First, I want to thank everybody for...
You know, there's a lot of other Chaotic, so, you know, yeah.
Chaotic 1. Yeah. So, I, of course, want to begin by thanking my guests for tuning in. Every week, like y'all do here on Hip Hop Scene on Mad Talk TV shows, subscribing. I apologize that we are a couple minutes late. Make sure that when you guys come in, you share the broadcast. I really appreciate that. And yes, this is our first guest, Chaotic 1. I'm going to do this the whole time because I'm slow, y'all. This is our first guest, Chaotic 1. And that video you just watched was his video. What was the name of that song?
Westworld.
And what was the motivation behind that song?
The show on HBO. I really like looking into sci-fi, quantum mechanics, artificial intelligence, things like that. And I've done it for the last 9 years, and I felt like applying it in my musical field because it's something I'm really passionate about.
Because that was really deep. That was really deep. And what I really like about your style in your flavor is that it has a real original hip hop feeling, you know, like an old school throwback hip hop feeling where there's depth to it. And I really like that. Is that how most of your music is?
It varies. It also depends on the beat and who I get it from. Usually I have a core 5 producers that I work with. Draft, Sorrow Beats, Triple Lip Beats, Shura out of South America. These are guys that I've met in the last 4 months. Draft I've known for a while.
Yeah, I know none of those people except for Draft.
They're most Triple Lip Beats is in Fresno, but Sorrow is in the Netherlands. And like I said, they're just cats that I've met over the last 8 months, getting into really pushing my music and learning how to do it instead of talking.
And how long have you been doing your music?
About 4 years now.
4 years?
I don't really count anything prior to 8 months ago, just because I was spinning my wheels trying to figure out what I wanted to do, which field I wanted to go as far as what I wanted to do with my music. And so 8 months ago, I bought a whole bunch of studio equipment and started learning how to mix and master and record myself.
What were you doing before you were doing music?
I was in the military. I went to Fresno State for 2 years, and then I've done anything and everything you can think of.
Yeah, just working.
Construction, just going job to job, just doing the best that I can to survive as a musician. We're not like normal people. We think outside the box, especially when it comes to dealing with social environments and aspects,
So where do you plan on going with your music? Are you planning on, because did you did you record yourself? Since you said you bought all this equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you plan on doing with your music? Just pushing? Do you have any projects coming out? Are you planning on staying underground? Are you going to try to shoot to labels? Or what's your goals?
My main aspect is trying to get my message out. There's a lot of critical things going on in society around the world, not just in America, that I feel need to be, brought attention to. And
absolutely,
everybody has a key thing to focus on. I understand in our local environments and our local, societies that we want to be attached to something and say that this is it. But in this aspect of everything, we all matter. In this world, not just in America, we all have a part of this. And when we start placing ourselves in these groups, we forget about the bigger picture. That in the end, what's it really matter when you're in the dirt and you have nothing left? It's what you did with your life. And if you're not doing something with it, if you're not trying to teach other people, if you're not trying to inspire people to do better in life, what are you really doing?
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Okay, so real quick, when I first hit you up and I asked you for you to send me a link to your music, I'm just gonna be honest. When I first put it on, I was sitting with my homie. You know, the first thing is you're white. You're a white rapper, so you already got like a strike against you. You know, you know. I mean, automatic. It's like either you got to gas or you're trash. Like that, you're white. So it's like that's how it goes.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
when I threw it on, there was that, and then a lisp. That was the first thing that I heard, was that you have a lisp when you rap, and so it took me a minute to catch onto the actual lyrics of what you were saying and get past the fact that you had a list, because that's just me, because I'm a human, you know what I mean? And so when I did that, when I said, okay, no, let's listen to what he's saying, you was gassing, and I was like, okay, no, this is deep. And then I was like, okay, so like right now when he played your video, I was jamming to it because I really like that song and I really like your style, and I just wonder how that affects you, like just going into the booth or doing what you do. First of all, you have a lisp and you're white. You know what I mean? Like, how does this affect you as an artist?
So, to be honest, I mean, being the white aspect has really had a stigma in the back of my head until the last 8 months, where because I'm putting so much dedication, time, and work into what I'm doing, a lot of the artists that are helping me are like, yo, you need to stop thinking about that. You know, everybody's out here doing music. Everybody has something to do with how many white rappers are there. You know, stop. And
I think music is universal. I don't think that any kind of genre belongs to any person. I just feel like it naturally comes out of that person because that's where they're from or what they've been through. But I don't feel like a genre belongs to anybody. Because there's a lot of Hispanic songs that really speak to me, and I don't even be knowing what they saying. You know what I mean? And I'll be singing them word for word, and I'll be mad if a motherfucker told me, bitch, you ain't Mexican, you can't sing that. You know what I mean? And
No doubt.
For me, I just think that music is a universal thing. I just was wondering personally for you, you know what I mean, how it's affected you.
Oh, you know, like I was saying, like I had my own dad telling me that I was a wigger or a wankster or a wannabe because he was country. You know, I was raised with Garth Brooks, you know, like old school type stuff, maybe 70s rock, 80s rock, and that was like the hardest. And when it came to even just like listening to Q97, like that was like, oh no, don't do that. You know, why are you listening to those people? And no. Like, I don't know what you understand, Dad. Like, and it made me want to go into it more. At school, I had a lot of cats telling me, you're a wigger, you're a wankster, you're a wannabe, because I wanted to freestyle at school. And I initialized a lot of it. I mean, Central 06 is when I graduated. 02 is when we started. There really wasn't that much there. I mean, you had cats like Otis Reed and, you know, bigger cats that were trying to do stuff on their own, but you didn't really see them at school doing anything. And then you had B95 come to the school, and they would do those live performances and bring the DJ booth and do stuff. And so I go on and say, hey, can we do a freestyle battle? And I was not good at the time. I was horrible. I had to teach myself to get to this level. And it's just like when I played football, it was heart, it was dedication, it was the motivation to do better, rather than have all these people tell me I can't do it. Okay, I'm going to show you how I do it, and it's going to be totally different than what you normally heard. You know, and with the list, like you were talking about, I didn't have that till 3 years ago. Now, like I told you, it's a funny story, but it's kind of sad, but I was looking down on my phone, walking, going to the bar, looked up, walked into a pole, knocked my 2 front teeth out. And I don't have the money. I didn't have to fix my teeth. You know, 90% of the time I'm out here struggling, job to job, like I said, trying to do my music, but at the same time put it on the back burner to survive and get by in life. And I had to teach myself to freestyle again. I had to teach myself to rap again, because I can't enunciate unless I work on it.
That's why I was like, but when you're listening to it, if you listen, if you're not just paying attention to the white guy with the list, if you're listening, you can understand what you're saying perfectly clear. It's just, you know, there's a lisp there, and it's super deep. I like it. I like your style and I like your voice. So, you know that if you get some money and you fix your teeth, then you go start rapping without a lisp.
Oh, you know it. And how much better am I going to be then? You know, and I'm not going to have to do 20, 30, 40 takes in the booth trying to get this verse down when my teeth are good. Okay, now I got it 2 takes.
Because they're not going, but they gonna knock. But what if they like that? What if your fans have grown to like that by then? They're like, oh, this ain't the same guy. This isn't the same style.
I mean, there's a gamer out there that streams that he intentionally does a list because of that. He normally doesn't have a list, but he goes on live and he puts on this character, and everybody loves it. You know, I see that. I can.
You know what I mean? Because there's no telling. What if you have like a bunch of hits out that people really like, and they have your lisp on them? You know.
Where's the list? This ain't the same dude. He's an imitator. It's possible. It's possible.
He'll be like,
I gotta think about that
since he got his teeth fixed.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta think about that.
Possibilities. So, okay, where are you right now?
Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson.
I was in the studio recording because I don't have my personal studio, so I was with a homie checking his out.
And then, but you're from Fresno.
Yeah.
Are you planning on coming back?
Every 3-4 years. I got plans in the future. Yeah, when I get my son and get everything in my life straight. Right now, I'm jumping from hotel, Airbnb, trying to get my spot. Funds like accumulated, so that's why I'm really trying to push this album that I just released, My Time. Yeah.
So you just released an album?
Because of that fact. Yes.
Where?
Well, okay, it's not released yet. I pre-released it on Bandcamp, but it's available on the 28th, on my birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
Okay,
so you guys, what's the name of the album?
My Time 33. And because I'm turning 33, that's the signification of it being my time. Is kind of coincidental. You know, 33
hey,
the
Ruben
number.
Says start a GoFundMe.
I currently can't because of legality issues.
I don't know what this nigga did, but he can't start a GoFundMe.
No, it's nothing I did. It's just like I said, I'm trying to get my son and.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to keep a good image and everything. I get that. Outlaw, shout out Matt Dog the Outlaw. He said, "Congrats on your album."
Hey, what up, Matt?
He says, "Congrats." Oh, you're right, Ruben. Ruben, you right, nigga. He said, we could start you a GoFundMe. We might need to do that. Facts.
Yeah, there ain't nothing about nobody else doing it. I ain't got no say in that, so.
Yeah, so I know that he's out there, that he said that he's been out there fighting to get his son back and working on some other things and working full time. So anybody that wants to link up and work on some music with him, you guys see his information right there on the bottom. Oh, so let me just do this. I'm all pointing. It's right there on the bottom. And so you guys can DM him on Twitter, Instagram, put his music on TikTok, and make sure that you guys download his album on Bandcamp. You want to give any shout outs?
Hell yeah. I'm going to give a shout out to Sorrow Beats, Il Melly, Dre the Most, Draft, Hachi, Narcotics, Trey Williams, and all the other cats that worked on this album with me, gave me the time and their dedication to get the tracks down just right and make it sound like it does, because without y'all, I wouldn't be the artist that I am today, and I just plan on improving and getting better and better.
So how would you say you've improved from the time you started to now?
Well, I mean, sound quality was the main thing. Nobody wanted to listen to me. Nobody give me the time of the day when, you know, you sound like crap and the shit's peeking through the speakers and you can't even listen to the song the whole way when it pop, 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 pop. You know, no, you can't have that. So my homeboy Emily was like, yo, we need to get you right, and this is how we're going to do it. And he literally took me, one song was like, hey, yo, we're going to record this. And I wrote my verse. I started recording it. He's like, yo, stop talking like a robot. Stop emphasizing every other line. Break it down and do it like you're talking. add some emotion to that now. You know, how you gonna have people feel you if you can't feel them? Tone Sick told me this. Tone Sick's another one of my boys that Mr. Homicidal. I got a lot of cats in my ears just telling me, you know, I got what it is. There's little things here and there that, because I never had anybody helping me and never had a crew, a squad behind me. I was always solo. I'm always trying to do this on my own, being white. You know, I got a lot of homies that are the other color that don't care, that do push me, that have always motivated, told me keep doing this shit. But when it actually comes to having
there's a lot of people who don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I just bring it up just because I know as an artist how hard it is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And there's always going to be boxes that people, oh, did I just hit?
Always.
Okay. Yeah, there's always going to be boxes that people want to place you in. And then there's always going to be stereotypes and labels that they automatically throw out as soon as they see you. And so what I like to do is I like to talk about those things. You know what I mean? So that way, shit, we'd be like, bitch, you late. We already talked about that. And so
I would say, like, confidence is my biggest thing that I've improved on. Just not having that stigma in the back of my head telling me, hey, everybody's thinking what you're doing, because they're going to think regardless. Do what you're going to do. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you need that in this industry, because people are gonna say whatever they're gonna say, no matter what. If you think you're dope, you're dope. I think you're dope. So if you think you're dope, there's gonna be a million people just like me who think you're dope. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna have the people who support you just for who you are. You know what I mean? Just because the energy that you bring and the positivity that you're on. You know what I mean? And the message that you're trying to send. Even if it's just that one person that shares it with that one person that you don't know, and you reach them and you wake them up, you've pretty much done your job as an artist. You know what I mean? And so, and I like your songs. I like the song that I've heard. You know what I mean? I was like, I want to go back and actually learn the lyrics so I can sound like a little smart motherfucker when I...
Hey now, that's what's up.
Spit some of these like nerd facts out at your ass. I like that type of stuff. I like to learn. And so, yeah, you could always teach through your music. What up, Black?
I mean, if you like Westworld, I got a whole EP of chapters of Westworld with Sarah too. So, you know, you can check that out on Bandcamp also.
Hey, that location for your video was dope too. Like, nigga, where was you at? In the Holy Land?
It's this like national park area up in the mountains here. We decided to go up to. It's about 45 minutes away.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Is it hot there? He's in Arizona, girl. Hey, girl. Hey.
Nah, it cooled down now. It's about 90 degrees during the day, so it's not bad.
I creeped in on you like I was your Sancho.
Can you hear him?
I could hear.
No.
Can you hear Nanners?
No.
Chaotic one? No, not yet? Okay. Oh, well, she's just came in the building, y'all. Oh,
what it do?
There
what it do?
How you doing? I'm pretty sure she has some questions for you, her damn self. Girl, before he was talking about your Facebook, he was telling me about your damn Facebook.
That's why I didn't even know we was doing what we was doing until you hit me up. It was in my spam folder.
Hold up.
I know, look. We smashed it.
Hold up.
Let me get a picture.
Baby, this wasn't even planned.
Okay, wait.
We didn't even plan this. Look, she got the white shorts.
I'm serious.
Hold on.
I got white. Well, I dirty mine on the way over here, right? Yeah. You go with the white. So, yeah, like, okay, so Facebook got me fucked up, okay?
Okay, yeah, because he's all about the woke shit. So
yeah, Chaotic be on my shit, tagging himself, and he be promoting big time on my shit. Everybody's like, yo, he's dropping
but he likes
content.
The conspiracy behind Facebook fucking with you.
I'm telling you. Okay, so you know I've been doing these protests and stuff from Black Lives Matter to save our children to, you know what I'm saying? We started this Advocate TV, me and Isaac. So like Isaac's idea, but we would, I started posting his videos and no shit. I got kicked off of Facebook. They took down my Gmail. So they went into my Gmail too. I can't get into either or. I've messaged them and I can't get into that shit at all. And they're not even responding to me. So I started another Facebook, and I kid you not, 30 minutes into adding people, they disabled it. So I was like, okay, I'll wait 2 days. I waited 2 days. I started another one. That's the one I added you on first. Then that one was like cool for like 3 hours, and it was off. So I had a page that I had just for my family, and I literally just had it sitting there for years, you know. And so like I went ahead and just hopped on that page and started adding on there. And even then I'm getting like little messages like it's excessive, like adding people. And I'm like, dude, like they're adding me too. Like that's the whole point. I need to move everyone over now. Yeah. And that's my struggle.
No, but he was saying it's happened to multiple people too.
That's what Kelly told me. You told me the other day, right? You were like, yeah.
Well,
because
see, I'm tapped into a lot of stuff for the last 9 years in a lot of different fields, and I have a lot of different people with quote unquote conspiracy stuff. And
I just call it that.
Where I'm talking to people where they're deleted, they're blocked me, and I go into their message today, they're unblocked, they're still my friend. Now, when you block somebody, it automatically unfriends you. How the hell? What? Like, weird stuff like this.
Well, let me tell you something. I saw a small video clip that Facebook was somehow, the people on top, somehow tied into Einstein's little ring of circle. So anyone that's putting Save Our Children hashtag or anything that has to do with child abuse or human trafficking,
major thing.
They're cutting people. One of our friends, TJ, had 84K following him. They shut his whole shit down. And now, mind you, it's not easy just to build like that.
Facts.
Like, let me tell you, I was so...
That's why I was freaked out about it.
I was upset because I was like, dude, 2.5 years of building this shit.
A civil lawsuit or something eventually down the road.
And that's what, so I literally told him, like, I messaged him and I was like, that's discriminating. Like, you wouldn't even let me start another page. And I said, not only that, but it's not a fact just for my friends and followers on there, because if they're true to the game, they're going to follow you wherever you at.
Facts.
Okay?
Yeah,
but it's those that
people that are in tune, that understand shit. If you got new pages coming up, they don't know that that's actually you, because anybody could download all your pictures.
Well, see, what I did is I had I got a lot of people who know, like, it's me, you know what I'm saying? So they either message me or I've had family, friends tapping in on my page and saying, hey, my cousin's page was hacked. Facebook ain't fucking with her. Go at her on this one. And they're posting my picture. Yeah.
You gotta have that.
Exactly. So I still have a little leeway platform. But get this. They took my page down, but they left my fan page up.
Well, that's not good.
It's cool, but
it's already...
But they're connected.
That's weird.
But they want to... that's because they still want to see
what I'm doing. Yeah, exactly.
They still have to know what you're doing, because if they just silence you, they won't see what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, I literally messaged him and I told him, like, yo, like, that's discriminating because...
Yo, I'm going to tap you into VPNs, Nanners.
Let me know.
Yeah.
It was just crazy, dude. Like, I was more upset the fact that I lost friends and family and they're on that page.
Yeah.
So that's what, like, bothered me the most. I was like, you know what? Everything else is replaceable. My pictures aren't, and those who passed away aren't.
Oh,
and
man.
so it's like, I can't even get onto their pages anymore. Like, I literally felt like I lost them again.
Yeah, that is sad, because, like, on my page, I'll go through and I'll delete everybody, but I won't delete anybody that's passed. You know what? I won't. Because I want to be able to go in there and see them and see our memories together and stuff.
Exactly. And I have my godson on there. He passed away when he was like 20, little Jay. And so, like, that was like heartfelt. I was like, man, I can't even see his stuff no more. And so, like,
friend.
I was messaging them, and they, you know what? They didn't even give me not one response. Not even like, oh, hey, we're working on it right now. Stay tuned.
And this is why, and I was talking to him before you came in as well, because what they do is they pass laws and they pass things that allows them to do stuff like this on times when we're not looking. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
I got
literally, statistically, the only time that we vote is minorities is presidential elections or when there was like super Jim Crow laws, then we voted.
Or when they
But-
tell us and give us a reasoning to go out and
Exactly.
protest, and then,
But-
that's the most important. No.
But
Yeah.
what they don't tell you is that little things like the social media thing, all those things are on ballots throughout the year, you know, and people are going and voting on them.
Exactly.
And so then they're like, oh, they did some illegal shit, but it's not illegal because we didn't vote. You know what I mean? And people don't understand the importance of voting. So then when something big comes, like right now, just for example, right now there's a lot of important issues on the ballot
There is.
because we signed a whole bunch of petitions during all these protests. But there's also a lot of people who are pushing and saying our vote doesn't count, don't vote. You know what I mean? And I'm like, we just fought to put all these issues on the ballot. If we don't vote for them,
It was all
then
for nothing.
It makes no difference. We stay the same. You know,
nothing
and,
changes.
And if we don't vote for our Supreme Court justice, our police chiefs, our senates, our, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's still the same old dictators that have been running it the whole damn time. It doesn't change
Because,
if we don't vote.
You're right. And that's what's crazy because, like, I'm
Definitely.
getting hit from between and behind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm advocating for something, you're just music. You don't know shit. So I'm getting hated on even advocating for either women's rights,
Well,
children's
it's not
rights.
meant for those people. Fuck them people.
Exactly.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah, because how
Okay,
you
it's
gonna
meant
be
for
a
the people
musician
who
and
you
not
will
still be a
touch
person?
with
Exactly.
your words.
Come on now.
Because
Exactly,
there's somebody
Kiara.
who you're touching, for sure, with your words. The people who you're not touching, fuck them. Fuck y'all.
And that's what I try to tell them. I said, because they're like, oh, music, that's just music. Well, you don't understand, they're people too, and they got beliefs too. And if there's an awareness to them, they're going to open their eyes and say, okay, you know what, I've been busy in music, but I didn't know this was going on. So I want to tap in over here. So shout out Mad Dog.
It's
He actually came
relatable.
to one of the protests too.
Yeah.
So, you know
I've
what I'm
seen
saying?
y'all been out there doing y'all thing. You know, I'm in school full time.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
I
I
will
ain't
fail.
there, but I'm doing shit here. So you know.
No, but I love Chaotic because I see
But I
him
make
on
sure
the
that I
stuff.
sign all the petitions, and I promise
And
you that
vote.
I'm going to go vote on
Exactly.
those petitions that I signed. The only time niggas, okay, so we put all these things on the ballot, and then when them niggas is standing outside of Walmart with their petitions,
Right.
you know what I mean? That's the only time you guys know what's on the ballot, because somebody's out there saying, "Hey, we don't want them to raise the tax on the rolls and the wraps," or the,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Sign
Oh,
this
they're
petition.
there for that.
Yeah, but then it doesn't even matter because it just gets on. It doesn't mean that it's passed. We still have to vote on it. You know what I mean?
No,
And
I hear
so,
you. I hear you, and that's one thing that I get frustrated. But
Yeah,
you know, like I said,
definitely.
shout out Chaotic because I see him. He be pushing on my shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this comment. He was like, "Hey, I posted in the Nanners 559 show, and I didn't even have to get it approved." I was weak.
hey, levels. Hey, that's when you know it's levels to the shit.
I love it.
I don't even gotta wait for the approval. Okay.
I love it. As a matter of fact, I was thinking of making him like a moderator just because he's always like on his grind and in there.
Absolutely.
And I love it. You
You'd
know,
be a
the only
great
reason
one.
that they didn't delete my group is because I had another admin on there. So I had Lee Boy as an admin, so they didn't delete it because
smart.
Lee Boy's working it. So now Lee Boy can go and add my this page, and I'll be an admin again. So they didn't shut me down all the way. So fuck you, Facebook. You thought you got me. I love
That's
my
smart. So
Yeah.
we've just learned a hack, you guys. If you have an
No,
extra
yeah, that's a
admin
bad
on
door.
your
Basically,
page,
that needs to get
then-
put out. If you got a page, add somebody else as
Yep.
your admin, just in case your shit goes down. You got somebody
Exactly.
else.
They
in.
Yeah.
still
There's
running
a
that
hack.
shit. Yep. So I was like smooth with that, smooth with my, and like it's crazy because I'm adding on my fan page, but I'm like I feel like I'm talking to myself
Yeah.
because it's literally fans, so it's just like they're not talking, they're not interacting.
Yeah.
I could post everything and they won't say nothing.
Yeah,
I'll say
yeah,
how
yeah.
you doing, and that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the minute I'm like, damn, I'm talking to myself. I can't see nobody's timeline. I'm literally like, how y'all doing? And all I see is thumbs up. I'm like, okay. So then I get on back on my old page, and all I say is add me. And like, I kid you not, it's just been like right now, just adding. So if y'all see,
You're
me on
only
there-
one of the only people I added because the only reason is because I deleted all those people, so my shit's acting crazy.
Oh my
but,
gosh.
it won't let me delete anybody else, and I'm literally to the beginning of the S's, and so there's still hella S's, hella T's, all the shit, all the way down, and
I
then
tell
all the people
you.
with foreign names
Hey
and all
guys,
that
well,
shit.
I hate to do this. I gotta get up out here.
Okay,
getting
well,
more
now let's
all
be
right.
chaotic.
Hey, shout
Tap
out
in
to
with
you,
me.
Chaotic.
Let's
We'll be
go.
back in a
Appreciate
second.
it.
Yes. Love your hustle,
Tap in.
love your grind, and
All
love
right.
the music. Keep it
All
up.
right, we'll see
Appreciate
you
you,
around,
Leonard.
boo.
Appreciate you.
Much love.
Yes.
All right.
But-
All right, Joe.
Okay, so I'm like still there, right? And so then it won't let me delete any more people. So I don't want to add people and then be past the S's and then me turn around and delete them.
And they gotta go, yeah.
And they ain't even been on there for like a couple of days. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I don't recognize them, and then I delete them. So I'm just waiting until I finish my deletion process so I can accept the rest of you motherfuckers. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But they got you added me because I was like, I could not. And
Yeah,
you
see, I was like,
me.
Nanners? Okay, she gets added.
Yeah, so I kept trying to, throw posts like frequently saying, "Hey, it's me." Like I had to do this.
Yeah,
this
he
way.
put me up on game. Chaotic put me up on game whenever I came in. He was like, yeah, I heard she was having all types of Facebook problems. I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, they put me in some shit. I'm telling you, like I got 4 blank squares of all the profiles I tried to add, and they just kept disabling them.
That's so
And that
ugly.
was different emails and different phone number, and it still wouldn't work. I was like, big ass haters.
He said it's not a hack. It is a hack, Drew. It's a hack, okay? Because if we didn't know, that's a life hack. We just
It is.
discovered a life hack here on Hip Hop Scene, y'all. No, we're gonna get to a break real quick, y'all. We're gonna play some videos, and we'll be back.